Yeah, happy weekend to you all. I will thank God for a great day. Thank God for the opportunity to be alive today. And thank God for a successful week trading. So we are on British pounds USD on the 4 hour time frame. So looking at the chart, we could see on Friday yesterday in this weekly review. So Friday being yesterday, that's the closing of price for the week where the body close. That's Friday close. Friday close. Yeah, we could looking at the chart, you can see kind of consolidation, a back and forth movement here on 4 hour. Is called consolidation, time distortion, time distortion. You see a price delivery at the CB resting above there. That's an inefficiency. Yeah, to get the 50% of it, a possible major resistance for price delivery to resist price. You can see this candle. That's a rejection block inside the CB. Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. This is the other block. The low of it, where the wick is, the low of that wick is the high of the CB. Between that bearish candle, other block, and this displacement candle, this is a displacement candle. This is a displacement candle. You have a high over there, the bullish candle. Price take it out, then SMT divergence, the liquidity swell. You have a low here, that's a displacement, market shifting structure, and the fair value gap. So wait for price to deliver inside this fair value gap. You could see the possible price delivery there with the wick reaching out forth at the consequent encroachment. The displacement candle, which is the low. Then to get the 50% level, that's the consequent encroachment. You anchor from the high of this bearish candle, the low of as a displacement candle, the high of it being the low of the CB and the high of the CB. You anchor from the high of that wick to the low of this little wick there, the other block resting above, the low of it. That's your 50%. The consequent encroachment, you annotate it with your horizontal ray to get the 50%. Then you can remove your Fibonacci. You can change it to dotted line, then raise the trend. So here is the high of the CB. That's 4 hour high. High. And here is the low. That's 4 hour CB. So then the middle, the consequent encroachment, which is the 50%. That's the consequent encroachment. Place it at the middle. That's how I like to annotate mine. Or you can choose to annotate yours anyhow. Use the market shifting structure, the displacement, market shifting structure. It's at the center. Market shifting structure is a displacement. A high has been taken. That's the buy side liquidity. From this low to that high, that's from this low, the range, this whole range to this high. For price breakdown and break below this bearish candle here, then went up again to take the high. That's buy side liquidity. So the algo will engineer price coming to take this low. That's the high that engineered this whole movement, this price movement. This is a whole range from this low. This is the low that started this movement here. The last close candle, which is the other block, this other block, bearish other block, down to that high for price trade and break below and went up there to take the buy side liquidity resting above there. That's the buy side liquidity. Then coming back again at the displacement, that's market shifting structure. You have high, low, higher high, then the displacement taking out the last close candle, which is the other block. Now it's going to act as a breaker. It's a breaker block. This last close candle here is a breaker block. That's how you know your breaker block. From the high of the week to the low of that week, the whole of it is a breaker block. That's breaker block. So you note that that's a breaker block. After a displacement, the last close candle there is a breaker. That's a breaker block. You can see the rejection block delivered inside the consequent encroachments of this CB. Then you can see other rejection blocks inside the breaker. These are all rejection blocks. Rejection block. We have a consolidation. So coming week we anticipating price for a manipulation trading below to take this set side liquidity here. That's 4 hour set side liquidity. Have an inefficiency here. And a possible price delivery inside this consequent encroachments of this BC. This BC, buy side inefficiency, set side imbalance. Consequent encroachment. So coming week we are anticipating a price delivery at this CB, consequent encroachment, then this set side liquidity to be swept. That should be our target coming week for manipulation, a manipulation phase. This consolidation, that is time distortion, this consolidation phase. A back and forth movement. That's consolidation phase. we're anticipating a manipulation phase coming week. After a manipulation phase, then a distribution phase coming to this buy side liquidity. This is a buy side liquidity. The last up close candle. That's the last bullish up close candle there. For our buy side liquidity resting above there. Then for our sell side liquidity resting below, one has to be taken. So you have patience to wait for one to be swept. For one to be swept, it must be a manipulation. There must be a manipulation or call to take either the sell side liquidity, because on opening price you don't know actually where price is pulling to. So on open price you just have to sit back and wait to see price action to give you the proper narrative of what price is going to do next, because you have to have narrative of where price, what price is doing and where price is going. The next liquidity, that's the next draw on liquidity to be taken. So you have patience on that Sunday midnight, our Sunday midnight going into Monday, the new week opening price. So we wait for price to take one of the liquidity, the sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity with a manipulation phase. That should be a manipulation phase. We already have consolidation here. This is a consolidation phase. The whole of this price action here, price movement. You can see a front and back movement, back and forth movement. The body will tell you the story. See the body, the body, the body, a higher high, then a lower low here. This is a consolidation phase, time distortion. So in this kind of market condition, don't try to force yourself to take a trade. You have to have patience for a manipulation to occur. So once the manipulation phase occur, is running to a liquidity. That's a liquidity resting below, and we have a buy side resting above price. Liquidity resting below price. So we're anticipating on opening price coming week a manipulation phase to take this sell side liquidity here. That's the next draw on liquidity. Then a possible price delivery at this BC, the fair value gap here. This is a fair value gap BC. Buy side inefficiency, sell side imbalance between this candle, the wick, the low of it, and the other block, the high of it. The wick there, the high of it. That's an inefficiency. That's inefficiency. Fair value gap. That's a fair value gap in the marketplace. So we wait for next week for opening price. Then we can anticipate price action coming week. So I wish you guys a successful weekend, and do enjoy yourself with your loved ones, and most of all take care of yourself, love yourself, do what matters most in your life. Okay, you have to prioritize yourself first. You have to put yourself first. Put your first, your work. This is your work. You have to focus on it and leave other distractions out there, other events out there in the world. It's none of your business. You can't control it. So you have to get better every day. So you do the work. You do the work now by locking in and focusing on yourself. You also backtest for the weekend. I wish you guys a successful trading journey. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and be safe.